This guy had a fit because I don't know what he assumed, but he was trying to make it up as if I had some issue with Karenni. It was weird. No, it's most likely your people I was really going after. Let's talk about it. I like to talk about it, honestly. Seems pretty interesting to talk about. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are the most jealous motherfuckers ever, okay? That's how I see it. You guys are mad because your noses are flat to the ground like somebody smashed you in the face with a baseball bat. And you get mad at all the other black people who look normal in America because you stuck with a nose they can't even move when you smile, or it just gets wider and people get shocked that it even got wider than it did. That's why you get angry. You guys get angry. Your girls get very angry. They get very bitter. They get really upset and jealous of black women because they get jealous of black women who don't look more black than them, basically, or look less black than them. They get mad at them if they have a softer hair texture, finer features, lighter skin. You guys are bitter because, you see, for black Americans, when a light skinned black American exists, it doesn't matter if you're light skinned or dark skinned, you have different facial features, different hair texture. You're just treated like a black person. So there's no animosity amongst us, really. But amongst you guys are because you are angry because you have different cast among different skin tones and structures and things like that, because it's easier to be white in your countries even while being really black. And so then you get mad at black people in America because we're supposed to be the staple of black people, yet you can't even be less black looking than many black people. And so then you take it out and get angry. Okay, now what I was talking about on this video is very similar to that. So the exotical side of YouTube, Karenni Rose is not a part of the exotical side of YouTube. She's a part of the FBA side of YouTube. And honestly, I used to be a bit a part of the FBA side of YouTube, but I never really liked being a part of it because it's being very pro-black men. And considering I was raised around black women, it's not really a good space for me. Like, I'm not hateful towards black men, so usually black men don't have that much of a fit unless I'm in the middle of a fight with a black man and then they get shocked because I don't have a preference sexually to black men. So then there goes that whole situation. But she's a part of the FBA part of YouTube. So, I mean, she's not part of exoticals. You do know she was attacked by Anna Sweet Ginger. If Anna Sweet Ginger's channel was still up, you would see the video I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say what Anna Sweet Ginger said about Karenni Rose because I'm a supporter of Karenni Rose. So why would I bring up that information and say things like that? You know what I mean? That's wrong. Because the reason why I wouldn't bring up something like that is because it was specific to how someone looks. You get what I'm saying? That's not right. And that's not the point of watching her channel, is to say someone looks like this or whatever. My point in the video that I made just now was this. You see, Karenni Rose, as you can see, Karenni Rose, that's her. She's not dark skinned. That was the whole point of my video. Was to show she's not dark skinned. She's brown skinned. She's on the lighter end of brown skin. Now, the exotical side of YouTube, do you know what that side of YouTube is? It's a bunch of black ladies who basically hate other black women for being black. I was pointing out, these people will say they openly go after dark-skinned black women and that they're happy because they're lighter than these dark-skinned black women they shame, right? But that's not true. Like in the case of Anna Sweet Ginger, she she's pretty much the same color as Karenni Rose, and Anna Sweet Ginger went after me as well. I'm lighter than Anna Sweet Ginger. That's what I'm pointing out. I've seen people like that. They go after people who are their color or lighter skinned. And I was trying to talk about the mentality of these type of black women who are trying to attack other black women for being black, literally, like attacking their black features. And it comes down to this: they're angry at their own racial background and their own racial phenotype, and that's why they attack other black women with their phenotype. See, that's how you can see these people are truly self-hating, because they literally go after the women that look like them, that are light skinned or brown skinned, but they don't go after dark skinned black women. And I was pointing out that dark skinned black women weren't addressed on these channels as heavily because they already felt like they were better than these women. Why would you go after someone you feel better than? They go after the women that they feel can give them a run for their money in the race to be more white looking, basically. So that's what I was pointing out. They attack people within their own color range. And I also went in and said that in my experience personally, when people talk about the whole colorism issue and they say like people deal with like issues with dark skinned people versus light skinned people or something along those lines, as a person, I fit more on the lighter end of the spectrum, usually without my tan, um, between light and dark. I've never had any issues with dark skinned black people. And more of the issue came with people exactly my color. So those who were like in the light brown range. That's what I was pointing out, that it doesn't seem like people say there's a colorism rift between light skin and dark skin. I don't think so. And I think these exotical channels kind of show that they will literally go after people with their own complexion and attack them in horrendous ways. And it's because it's a rivalry, it's a jealousy about who can be the whitest and all this nonsense bullshit. I understand this is YouTube, but this is not the only place I've seen this happen. It's not just YouTube that happens. I've seen it happen in real life. Most of the problems I've encountered with people trying to race and compare their hands and skin tone and all that nonsense bullshit was people within the same color range. Personally, for me, when people would try to do that to me, it was always someone who was like my color, maybe a few shades darker, you know. And some of them are a few shades darker and they're trying to delude themselves into thinking they're lighter than you, and then they kind of blow themselves up in their face, kind of like it blows up in their face because they aren't, and then they feel badly about themselves, and then they have to try and take something else against you. Like they'll try and talk about your hair, or they'll take about your nose or something once they find out that you're lighter than them. It's a whole fucking mess. It's a whole fucking mess. So that's what I was talking about. As far as Karenni Rose, I don't have anything against her. I'm still subscribed to her. She got a great channel going on. Let me see. Can I click on her? I guess not. Oh, right there. Yeah, see? I'm subscribed to her channel. Yeah, she just did a video on bonnets. I haven't looked at that video though yet. But yeah, she's got a great channel going on for herself, and yeah, I'm subscribed, and I don't understand, why would I be a gangster? I don't have anything against the girl. She's not a part of the exotical side of YouTube. I attack the exotical side of YouTube as I just attacked you in the beginning, and I attacked Hispanics in the beginning of this video. That's what I tend to do. If anyone paid attention to my channel, I'm very pro dark-skinned black women, and black women in general. I don't have any issue, but I'm just like, when you're talking about, like, I was talking about colorism and the issues I've experienced. Personally, for me, that's going to be with people of my complexion. I don't experience anything with dark-skinned black people, and light skinned people, especially light skinned people who are actually really, really light skinned. Like, there's some light skinned people who want to think they're extremely light skinned, but they're like only like a couple of shades lighter than me. Like, those people, it's a whole different story. That's the same thing because it's still within my range. But I'm saying like true, real, high yellow, light skins. I don't experience that much issues with them either. And I was just saying, like, the whole honest sweet ginger individuals seem very similar to what I was saying, where bitter about your blackness, trying to take it out on other people who are dark skinned sometimes, but most of that issue goes back to people who are a little lighter than you, your shade, or a little darker than you. I would think Corinne Rose might be a shade lighter than on a sweet ginger. If you didn't see her, you can look her up. There's a lot of people posting about her because that girl was crazy, calling black women darkies all day long, and just stalking black women um, in fast food joints and crazy shit like that. She was mentally ill, obviously, and I'm happy she got off of YouTube. Hopefully, she never comes back. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day, guys. Bye.